Welcome to Raw and Real Real Estate, the podcast that makes buying, selling, and investing in real estate simple. I'm your host, Marisol Ortiz, and each week I'll share practical tips, real stories, and expert advice to help you make smarter real estate decisions. Hey everyone, welcome back to our second season of Raw and Real Real Estate. I am so thrilled to be back. How I missed hanging out with you guys. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all the top tips that my business partner and I have for you if you are thinking about becoming a landlord. These tips have helped us preserve good tenants and make some pretty decent cash flow on our properties. So if you have been considering turning your primary home into your first investment, I really hope these tips help push you to do so, because that's honestly how we got started in our investments. Alrighty, let's get right to it. I'm going to start off by saying that growing up, whenever I would hear the word landlord, I would think of some sort of unreachable human being sitting on a high horse that most people could not really get a hold of, or at least the tenants could not get a hold of. And I always thought to myself, it must be some rich person. Now, as I got into real estate, I would hear stories from people who were renting that wanted to buy real estate and become owners of their home because they had some really sad stories, some very disappointing and honestly angering stories about how their landlords mistreated them, how they were disrespectful with them, how they pretty much took advantage of them. Because to me, if somebody is paying you rent and you are not giving them a dignified place to live in, I think that's taking advantage of them, especially when you gave them a product that looked one way and you still keep charging rent from month to month for something that is not being or is not in the same condition that you initially offered. So I'm going to share with you guys one particular lady that came to one of my open houses a few years back and said to me, my air conditioner has been broken for, I think it was a month. And she was desperate. It was hot outside. Summer, like I'm talking 100-degree weather in this dry desert. And I was absolutely shocked. How could she still be living in this property? How could she just carry on day after day living like that? And I thought to myself, there is no way on earth that I ever want a person to speak that way of me. I don't know if there's a term in English for this, but in Spanish, people like that lady's landlord are called aprovechados. And I never, ever, ever, ever would want anybody to talk about me that way. And I'm just really glad that when my husband and I became landlords, we already had the very same vision for our tenants, and we had the very same values that have helped us carry on through these years of maintaining our properties and working with our tenants. So with that being said, here is the very first tip that I have for you all. And that is, decide whether you're going to be fully involved in the process or you're going to have a property management company or somebody else manage this for you. I am sharing all these experiences and lessons with you as a landlord that is fully involved in the entire process. Taking the photos or hiring a company to take the photos, putting the property on the market, screening tenants, meeting tenants, drawing up the contract, make sure everything is signed and good to go. So all that paperwork, I take care, and my husband also helps take care of doing walkthroughs. He's very on top of the maintenance, repairs. We make sure to hire somebody out when need be, or if my husband can fix it, he does it. We are very, very, very involved. We also set up the rent collection, you name it. Everything pretty much just runs through us. So again, you have to decide how involved you want to be in the process. And if you hire a good property management, make sure that you really interview them and ask a lot of questions before handing them keys to your home. If you're going to do it on your own, there are systems out there that can help you be a good landlord, that can help you set up the systems and alleviate a lot of the stress that comes with being a landlord. Because let's be honest, it can be stressful. Tip number 2, get yourself a good homeowner's insurance. And this is very important. Just be on top of what your deductible and your deductibles and your coverages are, because things will happen. Accidents will happen, and you want to make sure that your investment is well protected. Tip number 3, get yourself a good home warranty. So I'm mentioning homeowner's insurance and a home warranty. They are different. Home warranty can pretty much cover almost anything that your homeowner's insurance does not cover. Homeowner's insurance is more accidental, sudden, acts of nature, fire, hail, stuff like that. But your home warranty can cover like your appliances or your water heater, stuff like that. So get yourself a home warranty as well. I mean, it depends what market you're in, but it could be as little as $500 to about $1,000, and really find out what kind of coverage you're also getting. For example, one question you may want to ask your home warranty company is, if, for example, the air conditioner is replaced, then do you guys take care of bringing everything up to code if we need to take care of that? Or do you haul out the old unit? Or is that going to be my responsibility? Because then, again, that leaves you with another problem. So make sure you're very thorough when you are asking questions regarding home warranties. Many times I see a small repair in a home that could have been a $500 fix, $200 fix, become a major problem that ends up costing thousands of dollars. And this is the reason why having homeowners insurance and a home warranty helps alleviate that cost. So nip it in the bud. If you have some sort of repair that needs to get done, take advantage of any home warranty or any homeowner's insurance. It'll save you a lot of money on your investments. And honestly, most of all, your tenant will be so happy that you are able to take care of these repairs for them right away. Next tip I have for you, screen your tenants carefully. Or, again, have your property management take care of that for you very thoroughly. I have a lot to say on this one. And the reason why is because we, for the most part, like to meet our tenants personally. I remember the first time we became landlords, we had a weekend of I think it was 5 different showings, 5 or 6 applicants that came through. And I do recall this one applicant, as I was showing her the property, asking me in the backyard, "Are you going to fix that side gate?" Mind you, there was nothing wrong with the side gate, or at least not in my eyes. It was not broken. It was functioning properly, but it did have a bit of a chip on the top corner, which was, maybe 2-3 inches. It was very small. But to me, the fact that she was already coming in asking for something like that to be fixed kind of gave me an idea of how our relationship would probably be like, or how our communication would be, what her expectations of the property would be if she was to become our tenant. Another thing that I love meeting people, because I am a people person. You may not be a people person, but let me tell you, you find really good information when you actually meet your tenants. Sometimes they don't even have to say anything, just the way that they treat me, the way they greet me, the way they treat their own family members that are going to be living in the home with them will tell me a lot again about our relationship as landlord tenant, about our communications in the future. And that is very important for me to know because at the end of the day, when things happen, when a repair needs to be done, when something suddenly happened in the home and they need to contact me, I'm going to be talking to these people in very stressful situations. And I want to make sure that I am ready for that, that I know who I am dealing with. And on that very same note, I also recall meeting our very good tenants that have stayed with us at our properties and feeling just right. You know how they say that you have a gut feeling about things? And I just had a good gut feeling about the tenants that we currently have in one of our properties and the very first tenants actually that we had in our first rental. They all just seemed like good people, which I know sounds maybe very vague or dumb or subjective. You can take it whatever way, but I just felt like they're just a good family trying to find a good place to stay in, and I would love for them to stay in our home. I would love for them to raise their families here, and I would really feel very comfortable leaving my home in their hands. Here's another little anecdote that I remember having when interviewing an applicant. I remember having several conversations with her. We were trying to work something out because the credit score was not there, but she did share with us that she had a recent divorce and the divorce had damaged her credit because a lot of the accounts were left in bad standing by her ex-husband. However, when we met with her, she ended up mentioning that her husband had taught her how to repair certain things around the house so that anything that needed to be repaired in the home would not be a problem because she could take care of it. So that made me go, it's a little contradicting. She just said she's divorced, but she's talking about her husband. And I don't think she realized at the time how she was contradicting herself. A little bit after that, we ended up having a very good tenant that did have the credit score that we were needing, the good credit history more than anything, more than the score. And we ended up renting out our property to that tenant. Well, I actually came across a post on one of the local Facebook pages by that applicant that contradicted herself. And she posted our screenshot of our listing and claimed to everyone that we had discriminated her when that was not the situation at all. And in that moment, I thought to myself, wow, we really dodged a bullet. So again, one of my most important tips for you is really, really screen your tenants. It's not always just about the credit history, or the employment history. Sometimes there are other things that you can uncover just by meeting them or by having a property management really look deep into who they are. And here is the last piece of advice that I have for you for this episode, and it's going to be have a good relationship with your tenants. Treat them with respect, treat them with dignity. Remember, they are your customers. You are giving them a product and they are paying for it every single month. If anything needs to be fixed on that home, or if you are including some sort of landscaping maintenance, pool maintenance, anything like that, then you're also offering them a service and they are paying for it every single month. So I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a good relationship with them. If, again, you're not having the good relationship, make sure your property management is. Make sure that they are really taking care of the tenants, that they are in good communication with them if you are not the one that's communicating. Now, one little special thing that I like to do is I like to give our tenants every single Christmas a small gift. And It could be cookies, it could be chocolates. I love food and I love gifts. And so that's what we give them. And honestly, when it's their first year there, they don't even expect it because I don't think too many landlords do this. But I'm like, why not? Why not? I am happy that they continue to stay with us, that they take good care of my properties. So why not? Why not just do that little gesture? And honestly, it goes such a long way. I've had them text me, thank you so much. This was so nice. And we have even had tenants return the gift. They've sent gifts for our kids, which is not what we were expecting. But again, it's about that relationship that you build with your tenants. And that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you have any questions, if you want me to go deeper into any particular tip, please feel free to drop a comment or email me, and I will be happy to give you more information. Thanks for listening. Until next time.